broadcasters. Welcome to episode 245 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a great week. We have some exciting announcements tonight, as well as a special guest from the StreamYard team. So looking forward to that. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with you, go through the same flow that you all do with your own shows and productions. Two is to answer any of your questions. That's why we're calling it Ask StreamYard. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat, and we'll do our best to get to as many as we possibly can. And I always mention the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional stream. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. See folks tuning in from all over the world tonight. Great to see all of you here. See Christopher from Detroit as usual. I think I saw Japan, which is awesome. Before I forget, we have lots of awesome content on StreamYard. We have YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel, second Saturday of every month. Really fun show if you're looking to grow on YouTube. Both Dee and Daniel are pros when it comes to all things video and all things YouTube. And they'll dig in on specific channels and talk about things, like how to think about, thumbnails or analyze your analytics after your videos are posted in your live stream. So definitely check that one out. And then we have Enhance Your Live Streams the last Tuesday of the month with Nick Nimmin, who again is a pro when it comes to all things video, but jump into that one for all your live streaming questions. And then one thing we've been doing at the start of these so that we get to know a little bit more about you and you get to know a little bit more about us is a fun fact. And the one we had for tonight was, if you had to pick one, do you prefer Smoothies or Slurpees?
Yeah, good question. For me, it's definitely Smoothies, not Slurpees. I've always been a big fan of Smoothies. I think I like Slurpees. There's a time in my life, maybe middle school, I was really into Slurpees, but yeah, I really like Smoothies. Huge fan. How about you?
Yeah, it's a tough one for me. I feel like when I was younger, maybe I would have gone with Slurpees. There was a few summers where I was definitely into Slurpees, but now probably lean more towards Smoothies just because, you can kind of put whatever you want in the smoothie,
Yeah.
But they're both good choices.
I always like with Slurpees just mixing a whole bunch of flavors together.
Yeah, that's always good. All right. See, there's already quite a few questions here, so we'll get into the update in a second here. But first, let's cover some of the questions. Paranormal Gateway says, would love the option to be able to import images, JPEG, PNG, or another image file to be able to show on screen while streaming my show. Yeah, it's a great point, Paranormal Gateway, and definitely something we'd like to add in the future. One thing we did add a while ago now, I guess, is the ability to import PDFs. So as an alternative, what I would probably recommend doing now is if you just open up something like Google Slides and take all your images and basically, set up your images per, like maybe it's an image per slide, or if you want to show multiple images per slide, do that. And you can really easily just export the Google slide as a PDF and then put that directly in StreamYard. I think that works quite well, but definitely understand, maybe you have a folder with a bunch of images that you just want to really easily import. It is something we'd like to support in the future as part of sort of like that present tab.
Yep. Yeah, I assume you already know this, but you can definitely upload a bunch of images as overlays, but I'm guessing maybe you don't want to do that. You still want your camera to be visible at the same time.
Cool. See, lots of folks Smoothies are definitely the winner by a pretty big margin. So
it's just so much. Yeah, there's so many more options, right?
Yeah, definitely. Jamaica says, do ads run on your live stream while using StreamYard? So no ads. It's a weird question because it depends on what how your channel is set up. So if you mean like does StreamYard run ads or something, absolutely not. So the only thing that's going to be part of your feed is what you choose to put on your feed. If you are on the free plan, it does have the StreamYard logo in the corner there, but you'll see that there. It's not like a surprise, and you can remove it if you choose to upgrade. But no, StreamYard does not run any ads. But if you just mean like, can you run ads on live streams that you do with StreamYard? Yeah, absolutely. StreamYard just integrates directly with things like YouTube. So if you're using the YouTube ads product, it absolutely works fine with StreamYard, and you can run ads on your live streams and recordings.
Yep.
All right, let's see what else we had here. Down Home Crypto says, question, will we ever be able to move the panes in the control panel around, like putting the chat bar on the left side and such? It's definitely something we're open to Down Home. I know many folks would like to have had things like, hey, I want to be able to see the comments and the brand at the same time. So yeah, we're definitely open to and even exploring things like the ability to maybe pop out certain parts of the control panel or move them around. So it is something we're exploring. Elmo Michelle says, can we just buy some StreamYard merch if we don't win? I've been trying for at least a year. I'm sorry you haven't won yet, Michelle, but thank you so much for trying for a year. It's awesome to have had you here for that long. You can actually, if you just go to the StreamYard homepage, if you're already logged in, it's a little bit hard to find. So you either need to probably just log out is the easiest way. If you log out and go to the bottom, there's a footer there that links directly to the store. And it's pretty inexpensive. We tried to basically charge essentially what it costs us to have the merch. So yeah, you can do that.
But it is fun to win it live.
It is fun to win it live. Mark says, can a border be added automatically around a camera without having to create a transparent overlay? Yes, absolutely, Mark. Well, I guess I should phrase that carefully. So you can set it such that you're like the thing that Dan and I have behind us right now is our background. And we did add an option where if you're on screen by yourself, let me just double check where it is. If you go to the settings and go to
layouts,
and you go to the layout section, there is an option at the very top that says crop solo layout to show background image. Yeah, exactly like Dan's showing there. So if you have that checked, instead of you taking up the entire area of the screen, it will have the borders of your background image, which I assume is what you're asking there. But if not, do let me know.
The other one that's pretty common too. So for example, if you're doing a stream like we have here where there's two of us on screen and like the thing we just showed only works if it's just you. And only if you want like a background that's that exact size. But the other thing that's pretty common is without even using a transparent overlay, people will just customize their background. So they'll make the background look quite interesting and just wrap perfectly around the video elements without having to do a separate transparent overlay. You can also do a transparent overlay like you mentioned. And then we may add more functionality to build some of that in. So there are other ways to do it, but we don't have that right now.
Cool. I see tons of great questions here. Let's do maybe a couple more, and then I want to get into the update just in case there's questions around that. Let's see here. Dice Grinder says, will you have different giveaway tools like a spinning wheel? Yes, we're definitely open to doing more with the giveaway tool in terms of like more variety in terms of what it looks like and potentially even making it a little bit more integrated. So you're not having to sort of screen share another tab. So stay tuned. It's definitely possible that we do more with that. That says, question, are there any plans to add extra camera to the basic plan? So there's no concrete plans right now, Muttnuts, in terms of like a date or something. I will say that we're always open to like changing our plans and thinking about what makes sense on different plans. So it's definitely possible in the future that changes, but I don't have a date or anything for you at this time. Okay, let's do one more here and then get into the update. Rochelle says, question, any updates on teleprompter features within StreamYard? It would be good to have the option within StreamYard versus toggling with the overlay of Word or Google Docs, similar to what's available in CapCut. No new updates, Rochelle, but it was super useful last time. Like last show, we had asked like what folks have open while they're streaming, and a very common one was exactly what you say, like having Google Docs open at the same time. So definitely got us thinking in terms of like what we could do around teleprompter features in terms of supporting that. So no new updates other than definitely understand that it's a pretty wide need, especially based on the last show, and we would like to support it. And I'll have to check out what CapCut has. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, I would also say we have actually tested a little bit internally. We've kind of built versions of it and played around with it. We just want to make sure that it would actually work better than using an external doc. Obviously, Google and those types of products, Google Docs works pretty well. So we just want to make sure that if we do something, it actually is like a much better experience than what you can get from Google Docs or something. But yeah, definitely top of mind for us.
Cool. Yes. So let's jump into the announcement for tonight, and then we'll get back to some of the questions. So yeah, really excited about this one, specifically for On Air. We just launched custom registration fields. So this was definitely one of the bigger requests when we launched On Air. So first of all, if you don't know what On Air is, On air is basically StreamYard's ability to, if instead of streaming to YouTube, or maybe even in addition to streaming in YouTube, you want to have a private webinar or a private live stream. That's exactly what on air is for. So you can basically set it up such that, maybe you want to do a private live stream on your very own website and embed it there. Or if you don't have your own website, if you just want to do a webinar where folks go to a StreamYard link that you promote, StreamYard on air is basically just a very simple, easy to use webinar platform that is stable and works at scale, right? And now you can actually make your very own registration field. So before we only had a few, not even a few, it was essentially just, what was it, Dan? Just name and
email and first name, last name.
Yeah. So it used to just be email, first name, last name. And now you can add additional fields like, country, telephone number. And I think we actually have a video here from Dana walking through exactly how it works. Anything to add first, Dan, or should I go ahead and play the video from Dana?
It's a pretty short video, so I think play the video and then I can go into it in a bit more detail.
All right, here we go.
Hey StreamYard community, it's Dana. I'm so excited to unveil a brand new feature that lets you understand your audience better than ever. Imagine hosting a webinar and knowing exactly where your participants are tuning in from, or having direct channels like their phone number to connect with them deeper. Introducing custom registration fields. You asked and we listened. Now you can personalize your on-air registration page by adding custom fields tailored to your needs. Want to know the countries that your participants are joining from, or maybe gather their phone numbers? It's all a click away. But wait, there's more. The phone number and country will auto-populate based on your viewer's browser data, and your participants can easily adjust it if needed. Beyond that, you can add text input fields, single select dropdowns, and checkboxes to collect even more valuable insights from your viewers. So, how do you get started? Simply head to your on-air settings page, click registration on the left, and hit the add button. It's that easy. This feature is available on all plans, professional and above.
Cool. There's a bit more info, but I'll cut it off early just because it starts to get into other stuff. Wanted to stop and just screen share this. So hold on, because I know Dana goes pretty quick through that. So here's what the registration page actually looks like. Now, again, for people that are not familiar with On Air, this is the webinar platform. So this isn't for streaming to YouTube. This isn't for streaming to Facebook. This is a unique experience specifically for private live streaming or for doing webinars. So these are the fields you collect in the past: email, first name, last name. Those are still there. You can still collect those, or you will still collect those if you turn on registration. Now there's a bunch of other fields. So for example, if you wanted to get the country your users are watching from, you just click that, add it, and that's literally all you have to do. If you want to get the phone number, same thing. Or if you want to have a text field, maybe ask like a really custom question here, whatever it is, and that'll just show up as the question. And then there's quite a few, there's a few advanced options. So specifically, this one is quite advanced, single select. So you could ask, hey, are you a cats person or a dogs person, for example, and then put in the option. So let's just type this out. And they basically just get a drop down that lets them actually choose the two options. See that on here? So it's just very, very simple. I mean, as everybody's watched these town halls before knows, we try to keep these as simple as possible, but still try to give you as much power as we possibly can while keeping it simple. I think this is a pretty good example of that. So a lot more functionality around On Air now. And if there's any questions, I can keep explaining more.
Awesome. So yeah, we're super excited about custom reg. It's definitely asked for a lot. So yeah, if there's any other questions y'all have about it, let us know and we can address it. Or if there's anything you'd like to see in addition to this, like if there's other things you'd like to see involving registration or On Air in general, do let us know. But yeah, glancing, looks like folks are pretty excited about it. Glad to see that. Cayman says, this is great. Still trying to figure out how to integrate On Air feature into my news platform. Haven't gotten there yet. Awesome, Cayman. I guess depending on how your news platform works, one very common way is folks just embedding it directly into the website is usually a pretty simple way to go.
Yep. Yeah, and all these custom fields as well also work for embedding. As long as you have registration on, and registration works for embedding. So if you just embed it, turn on registration, then you can still add whatever fields you want all within your own website.
Cool. Awesome. Alexander, glad that it matches what you were looking for. Russell says, question on the new registration feature, can the viewer have an option not to input, say, a phone number?
Yeah, good question. So first of all, you can just not ask for phone numbers if you don't want to collect them at all. And that's the default, is to not collect them. But if you really want to know everyone's phone number, you can add it as a field, but then there's a little switch, and I didn't show that, but there's a switch for each field where you can make it required or not. So if you want to make it optional, make it optional. If you want to make it required, make it required. So yes,
cool. Chantel says, are custom polls available for on-air to pre-set up and release at certain times within the on-air? So not at this time, Chantel, but that's definitely a request that is way up there on the popularity list, along with sort of like more options around Q&A. So it definitely polling options will be coming in the future. So stay tuned on that. Awesome visual stenographer. Glad to hear that. Let's see what else we had here. Robert says, will you ever consider interfacing with Dscript? It would be great to go directly from StreamYard to Dscript. We're definitely open to it, Robert. It's not something we've gotten too many requests for, but if it does start to become more popular or asked for more frequently, it's definitely something we're open to. Carl says, when will we be able to show all the chat running on our show from all platforms? So I assume what you mean, Carl, is like the chat on screen itself, but just in case it's not what you mean, most major platforms, StreamYard supports the comments for, right? So like if you're streaming to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the comments from those platforms will come into your studio, and you can choose to show comments from any platform that you like. If you mean like showing the entire chat on screen, don't have a date on that. It's something we're open to. We've hesitated to do it in the past, just in case if someone puts something inappropriate, it's sort of burned into the show permanently. But I know some people are willing to take that risk and rather have it up there. So it is something we're open to. Chris says, hey guys, any updates to the touch-up appearance on mobile? You want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah, not yet. So just for anyone that's wondering, so we have the touch-up filter, which is only available on desktop or laptops right now. Hoping we can launch it on mobile relatively soon. We're working on just performance improvements for the touch-up filter in general. And once those are out, we should be able to hopefully add it for mobile. So yeah, hopefully coming soon, but I don't have a date for it yet.
Cool. Rob says, is there a way to remove someone from a webinar while it is going live? So I guess, Rob, it depends what you mean by, do you mean
from the
I guess
chat
I'll answer I guess I'll answer it two ways. If you mean like someone who's co-hosting with you, you can, the same way that when you're streaming to YouTube or Facebook, you can simply click to remove them. If you mean someone who's watching from the audience, not quite yet. Right.
The chat you can, though. I assume that might be what you're asking.
Oh, okay. So you can block, you can block people in the chat, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can block people from the chat. You can't actually, if someone's registered and has the link, you can't stop them from watching it yet. But in the future, we are planning on adding more ways for sort of blocking access and authenticating individual access.
And just for this question as well, yeah, we have had a few other people say it's a bit too aggressive, or some people that want it to be a little more intense. So we'll be adding an option pretty soon to tweak how aggressive the touch-up filter is. Hoping that's maybe next week or the week after.
Square Table says, does StreamYard work on boats, or does the water mess it up? Maybe you're kidding, Square Table, but if you're not kidding, it just depends on the internet connection you have in the boat. I mean, the most likely thing is you're probably working off satellite internet or something, which if you have a guest is going to be a bit more difficult just because of the latency involved with satellite internet. But if you're just streaming by yourself, it could potentially work fine. It just depends. I would definitely test it first before doing a big stream. But
I've seen people stream on both, and yeah, it's hit and miss. I would say for some people it's quite good if they have a solid connection, and for some people it's pretty rough. Just really depends on the internet.
Maria says, can I use multiple phones with the same login during a live stream? So one thing we did a while ago, Maria, is the whole concept of teams on StreamYard. So say you have someone else in the stream who's like a co-producer or who you just want backstage, you can invite people to your StreamYard account, and it's also more secure that way too, because you can remove them in the future or control whether they have access to things like billing and whatnot. So yes, you can have like multiple people in the account during a live stream. And also, if you just mean like multiple phones in the sense of like getting another camera angle, you can do that as well. But if I'm misunderstanding the question, do let me know. Albert says, do we have to pull down SY updates to our local PC? Are you pushing updates? Since we are coming to SY in the land of wizards, is it automatic? Good question, Albert. So you don't have to download anything with StreamYard. It's fully sort of a cloud SaaS product. So all the updates will happen automatically just when you go to the StreamYard website. That's sort of when you get the latest version of StreamYard. Nicole says, hey guys, I've got a friend that has some special effects appear on screen when he uses hand gestures. Is that from StreamYard or not? Yeah, Nicole, I think that question, I'm not sure if it was you, but I think someone else asked about that last time. No, that gentleman, he must have some other piece of software running in conjunction with StreamYard. That's not something that's part of StreamYard.
Yep. We do have a guest to bring on as well, Geige.
Yes, I'm losing track of time. Let's do one last one, and then we'll bring on Alex. Albert says, question, maybe a repeat question. Is StreamYard using AI tools in StreamYard, like summarizing the stream? So the new touch-up filter feature and the background noise removal feature are both powered by AI. And there is lots of other exciting AI-powered features coming in the future, so stay tuned on that. And yes, I want to make sure we have time for Alex. Sorry for the delay, Alex, and thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, Dan, Geige, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Hey, everyone.
So for anyone who's never seen a segment like this, we like to bring employees from StreamYard onto the show, basically just to get everyone, or allow everyone a chance to meet everyone else behind StreamYard and not just Geige and I all the time. So we've got Alex today from our support team. So I've got a whole bunch of questions for Alex just so you get a chance to know him better. But if you have questions as well, feel free to ask in the chat. All right, Alex, first question for you.
All right, let's go.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do at StreamYard?
Absolutely. So I'm a support manager. I'm one of the 2 support managers here at StreamYard. Essentially, I help develop our support team and also make sure that our users get the best of the platform. So if you ever send us a chat or an email, I'm right behind helping out. So that's my primary role.
I imagine a lot of people here have interacted with someone on the team at some point.
Absolutely.
Where are you located, Alex?
I was raised in Chicago, but being that I'm sort of moving around, I'm in Mexico right now.
Cool. That's awesome. And how long have you been at StreamYard now?
In StreamYard, I've been here since April of this year.
And then Hopin before that?
I was in Hopin for about 3 years. Well, my 3rd year anniversary was last month. So
cool. And what is your favorite StreamYard feature?
That's a tough one. It's like asking a dad who their favorite child is, right?
I
would say StreamYard on Air. I think it's super intuitive and all this stuff is in the pipeline, and I think it's really exciting. So
cool. Awesome. What did you want to be when you were younger?
A professional ice cream taster, but those dreams kind of melted away, I guess. No, I wanted to be an architect, believe it or not. Since I was young, I've always had a knack for drawing and stuff. So that's what I wanted to be. But architect school is kind of long, so we went for computer science instead.
Cool. That's fair. And then, how did you end up getting into support?
Back 10 years ago, I started working at Microsoft as an account manager and kind of worked the proverbial career ladder, and ended up in kind of like by unfortunate events kind of led me to managing a team of account managers, and I haven't looked back since. So kind of found out that I like, developing people, and I've been here ever since for different companies, but StreamYard is my favorite so far, of course.
Awesome. And that's my next question. What's your favorite thing about working at StreamYard?
There's so many cool things, but I think the sense of community that we have, not only as a team, but with our user is really, really cool. I mean, like having this every Sunday is like a good testament of that. So
yeah, awesome. Great. How would you answer our fun fact question? Slurpees or smoothies?
You know what? I was kind of going back because I was looking at the answer. So definitely a Slurpee person back when I was younger, But as I've matured, I would say smoothies. So I'm gonna change that one.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think that's how I feel as well. Nothing wrong with Slurpee once in a while, though. Do you have a favorite karaoke song, Alex?
I'm a classic rock type of guy, so I would have to say Bohemian Rhapsody. I think that's a good one.
Tough one.
Right?
That would be fun. Do you have a favorite board game?
I'm a chess player. I like chess, but if
Oh.
I weren't playing chess, a good old Monopoly.
Cool. Makes sense. Sweet. All right. That's all my questions, Alex.
Awesome.
Yeah. If anyone else in the chat has questions, again, feel free to ask away.
Yeah, absolutely. We had one from, trying to find it again here, one from Chantel. Why is there no pin for Australia on the map, Alex?
It actually fell off. I've been to Sydney. I kind of hit my head on it. It's just right at head level.
Right on. Cool. Let's see what else we had here. I lost it again, but I think Ryan was curious if you have any brothers and sisters and what your favorite sport is.
I'm a middle child, actually, and I grew up playing baseball. But right now, baseball's kind of tough. I just turned 45, and I'm big into motorcycling. So that's why my nose is burnt today. I went out this morning, and I'm big into motorcycles right now.
Cool. And Russell, it's not a question, but a comment says, just want to tell you that the support team is exceptional, quick with answers, super accurate. Thanks for your support. Awesome.
Thanks for that.
All right. Let's see what else we had for tonight. Saw a couple people ask similar question to Peter G. Any new background music coming down the pipe? It's a great question, Peter. I think lately we've been pretty busy with like all the other new features that we sometimes the little things don't get added to very much, but it's absolutely something that's pretty easy for us to do, and we want to add more. So don't have a date or anything for you, but it's a good reminder that I think we should definitely add some more.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, there you go. That one might be a bit expensive.
Pay for that one, huh?
Yeah. And if there's any specific types of music or even sound, I know I saw some comments in the chat about different sounds people would want to see. If there's any specific types of tracks, like, hey, I'd really like a song that is of a certain type. I mean, we're not going to be able to do copyrighted stuff, but just a certain type of song, let us know.
Cool. Partic Hill says, is there a way to do a voiceover on a pre-recorded video? So I guess you have a couple options there, Partic. So if you just want to use the StreamYard, like StreamYard's normal studio, you absolutely could basically just use the present option and share your screen or share a local video and talk as the video is playing, and essentially do a voiceover in that sense where the video is playing and you're chatting, or maybe pausing and chatting as the video is going. If you're using StreamYard's actually pre-recorded feature, no, unless you do it as part of the pre-recorded video, right? Like obviously if on that video you choose to talk over it and then upload it to StreamYard and schedule it out, then you can, but not as part of that specific feature. All right. See some other compliments on the support team. Awesome. Rob and others, glad that it's been a good interaction. All right, we have time for maybe one or two more here. Hobby says, really wish StreamYard would implement a free trial for avid users. Broke but love StreamYard, but we appreciate that, Hobby Hooligan. We do give free trials, so like if especially for specific features. So if you are, say for example, you're not sure if on air is going to be a good fit for you, if you reach out for support, if you haven't gotten a trial in the past, they're generally happy to let you try it out for a week or something like that.
Before we forget here.
Oh,
I
completely forgot. Yeah, let me hide this. Sorry. Yes. So we'll go a little bit late. So
let's shift this up a bit so we can show comments.
I think most folks are already familiar, but to be eligible, all you have to do is type in hashtag the yard. And tonight we'll give away a StreamYard pillow and a StreamYard hoodie, and we'll give you 10 seconds or so to get in your hashtag the yards. If you're ever interested in running a giveaway like this yourself, we actually made this tool available at StreamYard.com/giveaway. And there's a little video there walking you through how to use it. But yeah, thanks, Dan. I almost completely slipped the giveaway.
No worries. And just so everyone can see, this is not the hoodie, I guess, but there's the pillow, and then the hoodie looks similar to that shirt.
I can attest the hoodie is really nice.
It's very soft.
Very soft.
All right, stable. Should we go ahead and run it? Oh no, it's still going up. A few more seconds.
Yeah, let's go to 5 more seconds here. As soon as it goes up one more notch, we'll go. That might be good enough. All right, 95. Good luck, everyone.
Oh, it went up. There you go. Kathy, congrats. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you could shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, the team can work with you to get the size for your hoodie and send you your brand new hoodie and your StreamYard pillow. And with that, this was episode 245 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Let me just find the overlay here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure getting the chance to get your feedback and answer your questions. And thank you, Alex, for being here. We'll see you all next week, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. See you next week, everyone.
Thanks.